Hey guys, what's up? How are you? Welcome back. So today what we're going to be doing is my winter beauty essentials video. This is actually not any color cosmetic products. These are products that are really great for the winter time and just more so like beauty maintenance products. So things that I think will really be such essential saviors for you guys during these colder months, and I hope I can help some of you guys out during these really cold, dry months because we need all the help we can get during the winter time. And so yeah, before we get into it guys, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you can stay updated whenever I upload a new video. And then also please be sure to come follow me on Instagram too, because you guys will always find me on Instagram whenever I'm not on my channel. And now we can get into the video. I actually have a ton of things to share with you guys in this video, so hopefully you can find at least one or more product that will help you out this winter. I guess the first thing I'll just start off with is a really thick, rich, hydrating facial cream. This one's from Avien, and this is their restorative skin cream. This is without a doubt the heaviest cream I own. I mean, like, even when you feel it in the tube, it's so thick. Like, you could knock someone out with this stuff. It's so incredibly thick. And because of that, I don't use this regularly. I save this strictly for days when my skin is super dry. So that's like the really cold months of the winter. And I don't use this regularly because it's almost too thick. Like, could you guys ever imagine me saying that a cream is too hydrating or too thick for me to use regularly? That is really saying something about this, I feel like, because I put this all over my face at night, and especially when the air is really dry, it really just lays on the skin and kind of forms a film in the best way possible. I know that's kind of making it sound not appealing, but if you have really dry moments on your face, this will help. So chapped skin on the face, or just like broken areas where you really want the skin to stay nice and moist and have time to heal. So good. Especially for those of you with dry skin or eczema like me, I think you'll really love this because it's like nothing else I've ever used. And now I have a bunch of cream I need to rub all over my hands. Next product is the Dove Repairing Balm. I've talked about this on my channel so many times. This is kind of similar in formulation to something like a coconut oil. It's solid in the tub, but then once you dig it out with your fingers, it starts to liquefy and turns more of consistency of like an oil. And what I like this for is applying it strategically to my face, my body, wherever I have broken skin, or any areas that are just ultra chapped or dry and scaly. So I like it on my hands, my elbows, knees, feet. I also get eczema pretty bad in this part of my arm. So if I'm having eczema there, that's where there's a lot of movement on the skin, so it can become really tender and stuff. So I do like to put the balm on the inner part of my elbows as well. And I just use such a tiny bit because it's so oily once it touches the skin, and you really only need a tiny bit. But this is also a major dry skin savior for me during the winter months. And then we have bio oil. This has been something that I've been using super regularly recently. I also have the mini one because I bring it with me whenever I travel because I really can't live without this stuff. I use this all over my body underneath moisturizer. So body lotion. So I never wear this on its own, but during the winter, it really just helps my skin kind of lock in that moisture. I feel like by putting a lotion on top of this, I really lock in the bio oil. I have stretch marks on my bum, so I massage the stretch marks on my bum. This is supposed to help with stretch marks and stuff. I don't really know if I noticed that much of a difference yet because I haven't been doing the whole stretch mark massage thing for very long. And I used this when I was a child because my mom, she's Asian, and so she's Filipino, so she has like that really dark island Asian skin. And I feel like if you guys grew up with a mom who had, brown skin, then she was always telling you like, you have to moisturize, like don't let your knees and elbows get ashy. So I feel like from my mom and growing up with that, I've just always grown up thinking that moisturizer is the key to everything because I can't stand to even have dry skin on my body anymore. My mom had really dry skin, so I feel like I kind of inherited that from her because the skin on my body is also pretty dry, and because I do have a more medium skin tone, I am more prone to ashiness and chalkiness, and I just don't like when you can see it on my body. So the bio oil is also really great for preventing ashy mishaps and just helping the skin on your body feel a lot more moisturized as well. So I love being tan all year round. You guys know I am naturally pretty tan. I'm more in the medium skin tone range, but during the winter time my tan fades, and I just feel like a tan makes me so happy because it reminds me of warmer weather. I love feeling bronzed, and I just love having like a nice golden skin tone. So spray tan is essential for me all year round, but even more so during the winter time. And my go-to is the Loving Tan. There are several different formulations of this, but my favorite personally is the 2 Hour Express in the dark shade. I love the golden brown color that I get from this one, and it lasts generally about a week, or sometimes I can stretch it a little bit more if I exfoliate my body less. But with that being said, if you guys spray tan or self tan, then you know that the tan on your face fades so much faster, and it's really annoying because your neck and body will be like golden brown, but then your face will be like pasty. So to keep my face glowy and bronze like my body, I really like the Tan Luxe face drops. These are really nice because you just mix in a couple drops with whatever facial moisturizer you're using, and it will turn your facial moisturizer into a self tan. So I use the medium dark. They also have a lighter version, so you don't have to get as dark as I do. But I really, really love these, and at night especially, it's the best time to do it. Just mix it in with your nighttime moisturizer. You'll wake up in the morning, you'll have a tan face. One tip I can give to you guys though is that you do need to wash your hands after you use this. I don't feel like you need gloves to apply it, but just make sure you go in and wash your hands so that you don't get Cheeto fingers in the morning. And another tanning essential for me is the Jergens Wet Skin Moisturizer. Oh, it opened up, crap. Okay, hopefully it doesn't stain my sweater. Okay, so the Jergens Wet Skin Moisturizer. I really love the medium to tan one. Now I'm gonna set that down, sorry guys. It's the most low maintenance and fast way to keep up with your body tan because you'll apply it in the shower after you've cleansed, exfoliated, shaved, all that stuff, and then just go in and slather this all over the body, and then you just pat dry and you can get dressed and all of that. I haven't had problems with it transferring onto clothes, or anything bad has not happened with that, and I use that really regularly. The other really great thing that I like about it is if you don't want the self-tan version, they also have just like a regular version that doesn't produce color, but it is the Jergens Natural Glow, so even if you do get the glowy one, you won't wake up with something that's going to be as strong as this. So it's just a nice way to keep your skin hydrated and also keep the glow on your body getting darker and fading more evenly. Obviously in the wintertime your hair gets a lot more dry too, so one of the biggest essentials for me is a great deep repairing mask, and I have been absolutely loving the Bumble & Bumble BB While You Sleep mask, and as you guys can see, I really do love this. I have barely any left. So the way that this can be used is a multitude of different ways. You can put it in your hair and leave it in your hair while you sleep. If you do that, I suggest wearing like a shower cap or something, because otherwise your hair is just full of the mask, and then it can kind of like get on your pillowcase and on your face and everything. So if you do decide to do that, just make sure you wear a shower cap, and I've done that many times. I love the way my hair is buttery and soft in the morning. But what I like to do is actually just apply it to dry hair and then like let it stay in the hair for maybe like 20 minutes or something, and then go in the shower and rinse it off. And then a good hair oil. Hair oil is something that I use all year round, but depending on the day or the time of year, I'm looking for different qualities in an oil. And during the winter time, I really don't wash my hair as frequently, so I don't want an oil that's too heavy, whereas in the summertime, maybe I'm looking for something a little bit heavier. But during the winter, I want something that's really nice and lightweight, and I've been loving the Playa Ritual oil. And you guys can see when I shake it around, it's super fluid. It really is a nice lightweight oil. I just use a couple drops. I put it on the ends of my hair and sometimes up at the top, depending on how dry my hair is on that day. And I like this because it's not one of those oils that kind of like lingers in the hair. It's one of those oils that more so gets seeped into the hair, and it doesn't feel like there's any film or product in the hair. It's just a nice, lightweight, hydrating oil. So I use that pretty regularly right now. And then this has been such a huge game changer for me. I've talked about it multiple times. It's the Orbe Power Drops. My favorite right now is the Hydration and Anti-Pollution Booster. So this actually has hyaluronic acid in it, and the way that these work is kind of think of them as skincare but for your hair. So it's a really concentrated formula, comes with a dropper, and you just use maybe like 3, 4, 5 drops. You can apply them on their own, But what I like to do is mix it in with some type of leave-in balm or leave-in conditioner. You put it in your hand, really make sure you get it evenly dispersed throughout your hand so that you can really kind of just rake it through the hair and get a nice even distribution of product. But this has just made such a big difference in my hair wherever it's really dry, and I just noticed that my hair feels a lot more plush and just healthy. So it's one of those products that's actually going into the hair and kind of helping the hair from the inside out. So highly recommend the Oribe Power Drops. Okay, the Summer Fridays jet lag mask. This is a staple for me at this time right now. I'm actually really surprised at how I haven't gone through a whole tube of this, but because it's so hydrating, I only use a really small amount. You can kind of use a lot if you really want a thick layer on the face, but I find for my skin type, despite being really dry, I need such a tiny bit of this because it really makes a difference. You can use this to prime your skin before makeup. You can use it underneath moisturizer, on top of moisturizer. There's a million different ways you can use this, and you can kind of fix it to fit your own personal routine. What I like to do is use this at night. I'll generally leave it on for about 20 minutes, sometimes more. Sometimes I prime with it, and it has a nice plumping effect on the skin, so it helps with making the skin not look so flaky and scaly. I also like putting it on my neck as well. The jet lag mask is really great. I think great for any skin type. Even if you are oily, this is something that will really help you out during the winter time. All right, then we have a cuticle oil slash gel. You guys know cuticle oil, I think it's so essential just for everyone, because when your cuticles are cracked and dry, they split, they bleed, your manicure just doesn't look as good. And one of the things that I notice is I need cuticle oil more often during the winter time, and one of the problems with that is if I'm already dressed for the day and I put cuticle oil on, it can sometimes get on my clothes, and I don't like oil stains, or it gets on my jeans or in my hair, and I just don't like having oils on my cuticles during the daytime. So this is so amazing. This is the Sally Hansen Moisture Rehab. Okay, I can't even believe I can read that because mine has been beat up. I keep it in my bag, and like, look how much I've used. I swear by this stuff. It's more of like a gel serum for your cuticles, and it doesn't linger. It doesn't leave a film or anything. It really just goes into the skin, hydrates that cuticle area, gets rid of any like hangnails that are sticking out, and it's just, oh, it's so amazing. Such a staple for me. I use it multiple times a day, especially because my hands are always dry and cracked. And actually, you know how like the webbing of your hand will sometimes get really cracked and flaky? Like mine is definitely cracked and flaky right now. I'll just paint this like this on the webs of my hands wherever they're like getting dry and ashy in the wintertime. Like I'll go in between all my fingers like this, and it's just really, really nice because I use it in place of cuticle oil, and I find that I actually reach for this more often than a traditional cuticle oil. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is one of my favorite lip balms. It's the Nuxe Rev de Mille lip balm. I've gone through so many tubs of this. Every single tub that I purchase of this, the lid breaks. And I still continue to buy it regularly because if you guys have really chapped lips or drier skin, then you know that when your lips are really chapped, they split open, they break, and they bleed, and it's almost like nothing can soothe them, whereas the formulation of this is really mild. And when I get those like deep lip cracks, I will shove this into the cracks of my lips and really like put this inside of them, and I find that it just keeps that lip skin nice and moist so that it has a better chance of kind of fusing back together and healing faster. So this is like my favorite lip balm all year round, but it's more so an essential for me during the winter time. And I actually, because of the lid being broken, I keep it in a little Ziploc bag, and I like pull out my Ziploc bag of lip balm because I can't be without this stuff. I know they make a stick version as well, but I feel like the stick isn't the same as the one in the pot. The one in the pot is just so much more rich. I hope you guys found this winter essentials video helpful. I hope there's at least one or more products that you think would help you through these tough, dry winter times. If you guys have any questions regarding these products, you know that you can always hit me up in the comments down below, and I always do my best to get back to every single one of you. Subscribe if you didn't earlier so you can stay updated whenever I upload my new videos, and then also please be sure to come follow me on Instagram, guys, because you will always find me on Instagram whenever I'm not on my channel. But other than that, thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!